pass me the sesh. Hey guys,
Hey.
we're gonna get into some shit. So I told some people that we were streaming. So I don't know if there's anyone that's gonna be watching, but we're gonna record it just for funsies. So with that said, I'm gonna cover some context for anyone that might want to follow along with the story, because I've got at least like a couple people that are a little interested. So we've been playing D&D for a while together now, and we're streaming our third campaign. So there might be some stuff that doesn't make sense, but deal with it. So, is everybody ready? I guess we'll just hop right into it, huh?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
I like your smooth operator voice.
I know. I think you're doing something there, Alex. So,
the ambush.
I'm going to be sticking with this, actually.
Okay.
So I have a chance to reinvent myself.
Welcome to Not Even D&D with Alex Gemelli. Tonight we'll be having samplings.
We begin our story in the furthest reaches of known civilization. 267 years after the sudden collapse of Earth and her surrounding colonies. The planet of Paradise was the first of its solar system to be colonized by the old Imperium. It was set up to be a hub of trade, travel, and interplanetary commerce. Yet, as the Imperium was spread thin by conflicts on other planets, unrest grew. And at the time that we start, it'll be 5 years since Paradise was ravaged by civil war. This was waged between factions within the Imperium, those sympathetic to the Old Guard, and those united by a newfound religious fervor under the banner, the Sovereignty. After the war was won, the Sovereignty cleansed the land of any remnants of the Old Order. Old gods were cast aside and made illegal. New ones took their place. And cities were rebuilt in their image.
That's a
all
big
of this, all of this happened under the prophet Malik, the mouthpiece of the gods and the Sovereignty's ruler by their proxy. This is no longer Paradise. Welcome to Dweomerheart. Yet this story begins modestly in a small fishing village on the outskirts of the humblest of the 7 cities. So, we start with a tall man with long, dark brown hair, leaning against the window, his forehead pressed up against the glass. His eyes are aglow with a faint, burning radiance, sleepily looking out into the earliest hours of dawn here in Fort Wallstrom. Virgil, you are so tired. It feels like it's been weeks since you've had a good night's sleep. Weeks since you've had any dreams. You find yourself slowly nodding off, trying to close your eyes just to rest them for a second, feeling the sweet call of sleep without giving in, yet just as you feel like you can't give in any longer, you kind of come to, and your eyes shoot open. So a floorboard creaks behind you.
Hello.
Ooh.
Oh shit, look at you.
Everybody, meet Virgil. Virgil, everybody.
Damn.
Everything I always wanted to be, but never was.
So, Virgil, you hear a floorboard creak behind you. And as you kind of turn towards the noise, you see the fisherman, Bruce Green, who's opened up his home to you and your hunting party. He kind of squints looking over you in his hunched form with his yellow raincoat. He says, "An early riser, I see."
Yes, you could say that.
He says, "Well, I'm not one for breakfast, but I can heat up some chowder from last night's supper. It's the least I can do. And here," and he hands you an envelope. "Payment for your guild. If I don't see him, relay my gratitude to the rest of your troop." Yep. And with that, he just kind of trots off downstairs, and you hear kind of pots and pans start clattering.
I pocket the money, and I go up to Bruce and just say, "Do you need any assistance?"
He says, "No, I reckon the heat'll kill all the bacterias, and I assume you've all got an iron constitution anyways."
I just I smile, and I put a hand, and I bow and say, "Thank you."
So, Virgil, as you kind of orient yourself to the situation that you're in, you recall you were on an audition hunt for entry into a monster hunting guild, and the hunt was successful. There were 4 others. There were 2 sisters, Ezra and Feyre, from your hometown, the Sink. You had 2 other companions who were your roommates for the night, a warforged called Eve, and your hunt lead, Leo. He was a strange fellow with the head of a lion who had some trouble with the local law due to his appearance. Yet you've got the payment in your hand and the head of a manticore in the freezer. So, as you take stock of your thoughts, what is it you're doing?
Virgil is Leo still? Everyone's still here, correct?
As far as you know, you're the first one up. So
Yeah,
you can start to try to gather your...
I'm gonna gather my things, pack up, thinking we're gonna be leaving pretty soon. Based off of last session, I think it'd probably be a good idea. And wait for my companions to get up.
Okay. As you're waiting, it's quiet. Bruce serves you some chowder, and he leaves a hot pot there for everyone else, and he goes, seeming like he's going to start the day, and he says, "Make sure you close the door on the way out. I don't want old Samson. He aren't supposed to be going outside." And he looks at you, like leaning in real close, and he goes, "He's an indoor cat." And then just kind of like slowly opens the door and like closes it behind him.
I look around for any signs of a cat.
You've not seen a cat since you've been here.
That's concerning. Okay. I sit down and enjoy some chowder that he so took the effort to make.
Okay.
That's what I do.
Okay. As you do, you hear what sounds like scratching coming from somewhere upstairs.
I imagine that's the cat. And that's all I hear is scratching?
Yeah, scratching.
I'll go investigate. I'll put the bowl down, and
as you get up, you start to smell a very overwhelming scent of sage. And you walk upstairs. Your room is cleared out, by the way. Leo and Eve are gone. You don't recall them leaving, but they're gone. So they must have either gotten up earlier than you or left somewhere in the night.
Did we discuss anything beforehand?
No, nothing was discussed.
They're just gone, huh?
They're gone. And as you look across the way to the room that the sisters were staying in, that's where the scratching's coming from, as well as the scent of sage. And as you look under the door, there's this like flickering purple light.
Okay. I knock on the door. Is everything okay?
The scratching intensifies, and you hear a cat start meowing.
kind of meow is it, if you don't mind me asking?
It sounds like my. Do you remember Dolce? It's like.
Okay.
It sounds like this cat
Like a
smokes a lot
frog.
of cigarettes.
Yeah, like the cancerous cat.
Yeah.
Um,
You know the type.
yes, and so I opened the door. Gotta go investigate
You
the cat.
open the door, and it feels as you like open it, that it almost pushes open by itself, and the cat like scurries in between your legs. You look down, and as you look up, you see one of your companions alone, who tall female, dark hair that's kind of almost dreaded, kind of pulled over the top with frosted white tips. This is Ezra.
Oh, cool.
Shit.
And Ezra has this iron cup at the table, and she's just kind of rattling it around as she looks up at you.
Good morning, Ezra.
You're right on time. Do you want to help me with something? Come, sit down.
Oh, all right. And I go and sit down.
So in front of you, you see a cup. It looks like almost like a cauldron style cup.
Okay.
In front of you, you have 6 small, almost carved wooden pieces. One is the shape of a dragon turtle. One is a half dragon snake.
Mm-hmm.
The other one is a ghoul.
Mm-hmm.
The other one is a red dragon. And the thing for this one is actually, it looks like it's carved out of wood, and then it's almost like stained across with a dark red tint to it. And then the last one is a spine, a single spine.
Okay.
No bone. And I'm gonna look at you and I'm gonna say, pick one, whichever calls to you.
I take a moment to look over my choices again, and I look up and I say, why? Why are you having me pick one?
It's part of my ritual. This is how I get my powers, and I want to see who you choose.
Well, Virgil is nothing but accommodating. He is going to reach out and grab the half dragon, half snake.
Huh. Interesting. Now drop it in the cauldron.
Oh, okay. Drops it in the cauldron.
And then I'm going to, without breaking eye contact, I'm gonna grab the ghoul and I'm gonna put it in the in the cauldron.
Okay.
And
You're still looking at me?
I'm still looking at you.
Oh.
And my eyes are
Alright.
just gonna go black, and I'm gonna have like a half smile on my face. And as I run my hands across the top of the cauldron, you're gonna see this almost really dark purple mist start to swirl and escape from the top of it, and it's almost like overpouring. It almost looks like those Halloween things,
Yeah.
but it's just purple smoke that's coming out.
I lean forward and I whisper, I am uncomfortable, Ezra.
My eyes are gonna go back to normal, and I'm gonna look at you.
Thank you.
Why are you uncomfortable?
You're smoking. And it was ominous. And unusual.
Unusual.
Yeah.
You know, when's the last time that you slept? I think we both have some unusual features about us.
At this point, Virgil, you notice that these are the only 2 rooms that you had offered. It is just you and Ezra. The rest of your party is gone.
Where is your sister?
I'm gonna look around.
No, you do recall that Fira actually flew off under the cover of night to return to the sink.
Okay.
Using one of her wild shapes.
Okay. My sister had to go to the sink, take care of some business. As for everyone else, I don't know. I guess it's just you and me.
We should return the bounty then.
As soon as I'm done with this, and then my eyes are just gonna go black again, and I'm gonna finish my ritual.
Jesus. Okay.
Okay. So with that, after she completes worshiping Satan, you guys presumably pack up your things and you try to hit the road. Anything else you'd like to do before you go, or are you just heading out?
I would like to take a moment to make sure I close the door.
Okay, good. You follow instructions.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get my bag and get ready.
Okay.
I also wrote on a little piece of paper, thank you for everything. I left it on the table.
Okay. So, at this point from Fort Wallstrom, you're headed due northwest. It's probably by foot, it's probably about a day's travel. So it's good that you're getting started kind of at the crack of dawn. So you kind of make your way through Fort Wallstrom. It's kind of a dreary little town. There's the smell of fish on the air, and as you get to the entrance of the fort, where there's that little table set up, you see a familiar-looking halfling that actually met you when you entered the town yesterday afternoon. You see kind of the short haircut of Jerry, as he's wearing his kind of security vest with kind of the windbreaker over it that says FWS on the side, and he's got some sunglasses and like a little earpiece on one side. And he looks at you and sees your pack and just goes, presumably you have like the manticore head like in a bag or something like that.
Right.
He looks at you and just goes, leaving so soon?
Yes, we have to get back.
Okay, well, hope you've enjoyed your stay at Fort Wallstrom. Where are you headed to anyways?
We are headed back to the sink.
Back to the sink. Okay. That's really the only place you can go, so I figured. Sorry about Captain Schroeder last night. He can be a bit of a hard ass.
A bit of a hard ass.
Yeah,
Hmm.
but don't take it personally. Tell your friend we're sorry here at Fort Wallstrom. We're not like that. He's a big softy, deep inside. He told me he was proud of me once, but no, whatever.
Do you know why he wanted our companion?
Oh, well, yeah, that creepy story he said about how when he was earlier, there was like that kid that was here and it like turned into like a monster. And
What were they gonna do?
he's probably gonna want to ask some questions and just make sure he wasn't that kid here to kill everybody. But he seemed like he changed his mind pretty quick, so I don't think it'll be a problem. So I figured I'd just let you guys go.
Okay, sounds perfect.
Before you go, are you taking any fish with you? You have anything to declare?
Can I look down at the manicore head?
Is it out in the open?
I mean, it's pretty goddamn big. I don't know where we would hide it.
Okay, I assumed it was like in a bag or something, but fair enough. So he kind of like traces your eye line down, sees this manicore head, and he's like, "Oh my god, you killed him."
Do we have to declare this?
Just go. Go.
Okay.
I didn't see anything.
And I'm just gonna start walking away.
Before I walk away, I want to kneel down to him, get to his level, take him by his shoulders, look him in the eye, and say, I'm proud of you. I am proud. And then tap his shoulder like attaboy and then walk away.
He doesn't say a word. He's still like staring like he saw a ghost. Then you start to walk away. Okay. Great start.
You're
So,
going to be the nicest one out of all of us.
So as you guys hit the road, you kind of walk down the large kind of cliffside that sets up Fort Wallstrom. In the distance, you hear some shouting. You can't really hear exactly what it is until you hear the voice of Captain Schroeder say, "You let them go?" You hear some response. You can't quite tell what it is. "No, it's not what I would have wanted. Is there something about the inflection of my voice that makes you think that's what I would have wanted? Read the room. It's not Jerry. Oh, I want to punch you. I want to. Oh, fuck." And it seems like Jerry's having a pretty bad time right now.
I'm gonna look at Virgil and just be like, I think our time is up.
Yeah.
Should quicken.
Yeah, I'm just gonna quicken my pace.
Yeah. You kind of like.
That's what I was saying.
You kind of pick up the speed a little bit. So, as you guys are heading towards the sink on the road that leads you there, we are going to switch gears here as somewhere to the north, a heavy mist rests over Lake Kynan. And there is a titanic form of a man that is looking over the lake with intensity, with these almost reptilian-like eyes. His hands still bloody as he butchers a freshly hunted elk over a black tarp by a crackling fire on the beach. Hide. You left the fort under cover of darkness last night, after some strange hunters got the watchmen riled up. You made camp by the lake, with your back to the water. As you're harvesting the morning's kill, you can't help but gaze over the lake. The water is still, yet you can't help but feel uneasy, as though something's watching you. Instinctively, you kind of scan every small disturbance in the water, and you hear a distant sound out in the lake. One that you haven't heard in years. Gunfire. It's far, and it's erratic. And after but a few seconds, it's gone. What are you doing? If you're talking, I cannot hear you.
Is this Eddie?
Yeah.
It's muted.
Standing staring out into the lake.
Eddie's Jason Momoa.
Looking
Lord,
around, seeing if I
we'll never lose.
see if anybody else is around that may have heard this noise.
No one. No.
Am I
You're alone.
alert if anybody's around? Okay.
You're alone. As you were preparing your kill, your brother kind of went off to have some time. He's kind of like that.
Okay. Yeah, I just get back to cleaning this thing.
Okay. You kind
I
of
keep aware of the surroundings.
ignore it for now. Okay. So, in that regard, we will travel but a few hundred feet from you. Asher. The sun is breaking over the carbon bluffs as you sit up in your tree back against the trunk. Your large cloak is currently doubling as a blanket right now. You got freshly made hot cocoa that's doubling as a delicious hand warmer.
Oh my
Can't help
god.
but admire the beauty of this place. The lake, the trees. Despite the dreary weather, the heavy fog, there's color here. Birds, bugs, other animals that aren't immediately trying to kill you and eat you. Luscious green plants that aren't immediately trying to kill you and eat you. So your journey so far has been pretty good. Not nearly as bad as expected. And people have been nice for the most part. Some old guy made you some soup. It was pretty good. And yeah, it's been a good couple of days. And as you kind of reflect on this, you hear the crunching of leaves and kind of a consistent rhythmic footfall coming from behind you.
I'm gonna take a look and see who or what it is.
You see two familiar-looking individuals walking up the road, headed towards your brother's camp, seemingly with a head of a manticore in one hand. Looks like half of that hunting party you met the other day decided to split.
Okay. I'm gonna lose the cloak and I'm gonna as quietly as I can get out of the tree.
Okay. Are you being kind of like stealthy here, or are you just running up and saying hi?
I'm gonna be stealthy.
Okay. Go ahead and make a stealth check.
Okay. Where are you stealth? 25.
25. Okay. I assume that's not below anyone's passive perception. So yeah, kind of watching from a distance.
I don't think so.
You can kind of see him. You're not even really like hiding so much as just like staying out of eye line and moving between like tree to tree, kind of off the beaten path. And
when they get to within like eye shot, slightly before eye shot of my brother's camp, that's when I make myself known.
okay, good
I'd
to know.
hop out in front of the trail.
So, Ezra and Virgil, as you're walking along the trail, you kind of hear like the crackling of leaves ahead of you, and as you kind of turn around a bend, you see a smallish individual with somewhat familiar eyes. Looks like about a 14 or 15-year-old kid.
It's like,
Oh my god.
You see a familiar red longbow and a quiver with stickers on it that you recall seeing. This is the little fucker that helped you out the other day. This is a kid.
Love the shirt.
That's awesome.
I'm just soaking it in is what I'm doing.
You have to take as much time as you
Yeah, it's like Ash Ketchum reaches like meets the Green Arrow or something. I don't know, man.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Huh. It's you again.
Yeah.
I smile at him and there's a hand.
Well, where are you guys going with the manticore head?
Well, it looks like the rest of our team decided to leave. So it's just us.
Oh, well, we're getting close to my brother's camp. You want me to introduce you guys?
What time is it, Alex, in the world?
Dawn is just breaking, so it's like 5 a.m., 5:30.
Okay.
You
I
didn't
would say
sleep, and it seems like Ezra got a pretty early start.
it's the least I think I can do for your aid. Lead on.
Yeah, I think you guys will like him. He's pretty fucking cool.
What business do we have with your brother?
Well, you know, we were like a team yesterday. Remember, I was like shooting arrows, and you guys were like cha cha cha. And then, you know, I just wanted to introduce, you know, my new friends to my brother.
At this point,
I'm moving by it. You just called us friends. I'm gonna follow.
at this point, as you go, the silence is actually broken, as in the distance, you hear what sounds like gunfire over the lake.
Is gunfire unusual around here?
Gunfire is extremely unusual, as guns are extremely illegal.
Is that your
Ezra, the
brother?
last time you remember hearing gunfire is in the Great Purge of the Sink, in which the remnants of the rebellion against the sovereignty was annihilated in that one fateful night. That's the last. So for you, it's been a year since you've heard gunfire.
My brother would never use a gun. He's got way cooler shit than that.
And you can hear it's out on the lake.
How close to the lake are we getting?
You're pretty close to the lake.
I'm asking Asher.
What do you mean? I mean, his camp's pretty
brother.
close to the edge of the lake. Yeah.
At this
Is it-
point, the gunfire stops.
Okay, we should be careful though.
Don't worry. Careful's my middle name. Not really, but
I'm just gonna
it's like a
follow.
saying. Follow me.
Let's go.
That wasn't painful.
I'm following.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I'll
choice
follow
after
behind
that.
a little bit.
Asher kind of like weaves through these trees, and you kind of see the beachhead, and sure enough, you see this large, kind of cut to the, this massive giant of a man that's kind of butchered an elk, and he's kind of now looking concerned over the water, kind of looks and takes note of the rest of you, and before you can make introductions, you hear this kind of high-pitched whirring sound. It sounds like a whining motor of some sort. And out in the fog, you see this flash of purple light. It was just there for a second,
Did you guys
and
see that?
that whining sound is kind of getting a little louder.
I wonder what that was.
It's just fog. I'm looking through fog.
Will you guys go ahead and give me a perception check?
I'll make one.
Okay,
Okay.
one more.
I'll make one.
Okay.
It's a natural one.
Okay.
19.
19.
Yeah.
Okay. Hyde, as you're watching, kind of looking towards where that sound is, you hear a disturbance in the water over to your left, and you quickly turn, and you swear to God, you see something briefly like come out of the water and like move under the surface right as you look. And that feeling of being watched is once again, you're reminded of it.
Can I signal to Asher to like where I saw it, just without saying anything?
Okay. Asher, you watch as Hyde kind of nods towards a different direction of the lake, just seemingly telling you to be wary. Ezra, through the fog, you see a shape cutting through on the lake. Not directly, it's moving fast, not directly towards you, but it's at its current trajectory, it's looking like it's gonna hit somewhere kind of down the beachhead.
I'm gonna warn everyone. There's something coming this way.
Maybe we should get a better
Is there any-
vantage point.
Is there cover anywhere around? Are there any trees
Yeah,
around?
there's
or
tree
anything?
cover, yeah.
I'm gonna move to the closest tree and I'm gonna get behind it.
Same
Okay.
here.
I'm gonna get down.
You guys are gonna move a little back.
Yeah.
The trees.
I'm
Get
gonna
up into a
I'm gonna
tree.
move behind Hyde.
Okay. Behind Hyde.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna look at you curiously.
You know, the funny thing is Virgil is actually a pretty big fucking dude.
Yeah, he looks
Mhm.
big in the picture.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're probably like the same height.
Yeah, yeah.
You
I'm
are
only like
almost-
I'm only 6'4".
you're close to the same height. You're definitely taller, but you're just much
You're
wider.
big,
So yeah,
much
you
wider.
get full cover, sure.
I whisper to him, having trouble finding a tree of your own, buddy.
I just smile at him and I go, yeah. And I tap him.
There we go.
Oh, these are my friends from the hunt.
You hear from above you. Asher has climbed into a tree.
You always like bringing random people back.
At this point, once again, you see this flash of purple. Because you were kind of talking and looking at each other, you can't see the source. You kind of look back, and everyone at this point sees this boat. It's moving fast. It's, funnily enough, Virgil, you would actually recognize these ships as the Temple of Ilmater is near the port, and you've seen one or two of these before. They're rare, but this is a sovereignty transport vessel. They're fast, and it's for moving people. If it's on this lake, it's either transporting goods to the College of Circia for research or various other things, or it's moving prisoners to the Lost Bastion.
I whisper in Hyde's ear. These may be prisoners.
As
Or
this
goods.
point, sorry, you were talking so slow.
Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I'm getting used to Virgil's,
I did that on purpose. You're good.
Virgil's prosody. So at
I'm
this
contemplative.
point, you see, I'd say Ezra, with that perception check, you see an individual stagger onto the upper deck of the boat. Appears human, kind of like bushy, messy, curly orange hair. He seems like he's clutching his head. You can't really see any other individuals on the boat. He kind of staggers to the top and he kind of goes to the helm and seemingly tries to pilot the boat. And as he does, there's once more this flash of purple energy. And it kind of obscures your vision for a second, and when your vision kind of comes to after but a second, the boat is now headed directly towards you.
Oh shit. I'm gonna try to get out of the way.
Okay, I mean, it's way off. It's like 1,000 feet off, but
Oh,
it's
it's
just
1,000
headed
feet. It's just
toward,
headed towards us.
but-
It's heading this way.
And once again, there's another flash. And everyone here is starting to get like a dull headache at kind of the back of your head. Whether it's like the flashing light or whether you didn't drink enough water, you just...
I'm gonna sit down against the tree and just stop looking at the flashing light.
Okay. You see Ezra kind of sit against the tree and kind of looks away from it. She looks like maybe she's a bit nauseated.
Can I find some foliage and stuff my ears with them?
Yeah.
That's what I'll do.
Okay.
Equilibrium. No sound.
Yeah. He's that's your guy that's proficient in medicine, everybody. So
That's almost as good as Shane.
But you know what? I own it. I smile
I-
very widely and just
yeah.
like, this is the way to do it.
this is the way.
This is the way.
Yeah. This is the way.
I just whisper to myself, you always bring back so many fucking weirdos.
At this point, you hear this whining sound.
I don't.
As you do, actually.
Oh, damn.
As it's almost like steel that's being bent. And at this point, the boat is just tearing ass, and it gets to the point where it's about 100 feet off the boat, and then you hear this crushing sound. And those of you that are still looking, watch as this boat is like beginning to crumple up into a little metal ball, and this completely like breaks its momentum, and it begins to sink, almost like a submarine, just like crushes and begins to sink. And as it does, you once again see that a purple flash, and you hear this like loud, thunderous just from under the water, and it sends this large kind of wake over the shore, and it gets all you guys up to about your shins wet for just about a second, and then nothing.
Asher, Q, see anything?
I'm gonna run as far to the edge of the branch and jump into the water.
Okay. Asher drops his bow and presumably like takes off his hat and dives in. As he does,
I'm gonna move to the edge of the lake, toward the edge of the lake is the same dude.
there's this purple flash, and you see Asher in the water moving towards a body that's kind of thrashing in the water. At this point, by the way, that mild headache is not so mild anymore. there is now this severe ringing in your ears, and there's this pounding, excruciating headache.
Even with me.
Even with you.
Damn. There. I removed the foliage.
Okay. You don't get all of it.
That's my penalty. Virgil is going to run up to try to aid Asher in what he's doing.
Okay, are you gonna go out and swim into the water?
Yeah.
Okay, Virgil's going to wade into the water.
Yeah, same here.
Okay. You guys all wait. Is everyone going under?
I'm not. I'm gonna just stand at the edge and I'm gonna say there's fury in this lake. And I'm just gonna watch you guys from the edge.
There's what?
You didn't hear it. Your ears were stuck.
Yeah. Virgil just
Can't hear you, I
wades
got
back.
mud in my
Like, okay.
I will say you do hear her kind of say that under her breath, like as you begin walking through.
That's amazing. I'm gonna go try to help Asher save the body.
Okay.
Watch out for Fury.
Okay. At this point, everybody has an extraordinary headache, and at this point, your vision is starting to blur. Especially anyone who's in the water. Not only that, but you start to see, like, at first you almost think they're like floaters, but you start to see these like images that are now superimposed onto your vision. It's really disorienting and kind of nauseating.
Can I cast Sanctuary on myself?
Yeah. You got Sanctuary on
I'm
yourself?
gonna start swimming back if I can't
Okay.
keep taking it.
Okay. I mean, it's not like you don't feel like you're gonna die or anything, but
It's just
you
extremely
kind of,
disorienting.
it's disorienting. So
It would hinder my ability to help at all. I
Absolutely,
should be able to discern that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
Okay,
yeah.
I'll swim
So
back.
you kind of like swim back. I mean, you're at this point you're waiting because you're huge. So
Yeah.
you kind of like just kind of stand upright and close your eyes, try to like get your vision back.
Yeah.
And as you do, there's just this persistent image that is like it's almost like it's being projected from within inside your brain.
Okay.
And what you see is, for lack of a better term, you see a large auditorium, a lecture hall, seemingly covered in moss. And at the front is a tall, golden-haired man in well-traveled leathers, golden eyes, not so different from Virgil's. Weirdly, Asher and Hyde, you are all seeing this, by the way. Asher and Hyde, you recognize this individual as Uriel. He is a traveling ranger and trader. He worked with your village. He traded with you guys. Yet as he speaks, his voice is completely unfamiliar. He's speaking with a different voice. He says, "Congratulations on taking the first step into a bright future. Admittance into the College of Circia is no easy accomplishment. The fact that you've made it into this classroom indicates that you are the best and brightest young minds across Vespa, Paradise, New Delhi, even some from Adria. And at this point, as you look around this classroom, Ezra, you see female half-elf, Akari, who's kind of like sitting on this grass floor next to some other classmates, who just kind of is looking at you, and she kind of holds up a flower and smiles.
Can I take it?
He's like 15 feet away from you.
Oh, okay. Can I try to walk toward it?
As you try to move your body, you feel like the body that you're in is not your own.
I'm
You
just
can't-
gonna let the experience go in.
At this point, you see a kind of wild-eyed halfling just kind of like slowly turn and face you. He's got these almost like gold, like greenish brown eyes that look kind of amber, and he's just kind of like giving you this weird squint, and you all hear this kind of like plop on the top of your head, and you look down and you pick up what looks like a joint, and you kind of like look at him, and you see another joint just kind of like float and like get tucked behind his ear, and he winks and turns around. At this point, a matronly figure who Hyde, do you recognize this individual too? He says, that's not an answer. Listen, this thing inside you, it doesn't control you, you control it. And as she kind of says that, she seems to also be humming at the same time. A melody that, Virgil, reminds you of your childhood. There's just like this weird kaleidoscope of memories and feelings that seem to be going on right now. And at this point, the teacher continues. I can teach you the fundamentals of magic and its various applications, but what you do with it is up to you. Welcome to the introduction to spellcasting. And at that point, you all kind of like shake free of this strange feeling. And you're all on the beachhead.
I'm just kind of gonna look around at everyone.
And at this point, the sun, it's about noon.
Holy shit.
What the hell just happened?
And what's strange is that as Hyde says that, the rest of you on the beach, despite how far you are, you hear him say that kind of inside your mind.
Can I take a head count?
You look around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Is the fifth person the one that was thrashing in the water?
You look around and you're like, oh shit, there's one more. And you see kind of like almost unconsciously like kind of floating like belly up in the water is this human individual, kind of orange hair like completely washed over his face.
I'd like to
I'd
go
grab
up
that
and
guy.
Yeah, well, I'll go out and help grab him.
I'm gonna grab him.
Okay. As you pull this individual off the beachhead, he kind of like shoves you off for a second and just like coughs like this lung full of water and almost like vomits a little bit. And then you watch as he kind of pulls this large, what looks like a very old school like sword out of his belt. It's sheathed, and just like throws it, like chucks it onto the beach, and just like grabs his head and just kind of like pulls his hair back. And this is the individual that you see before you.
Oh shit.
Also
You-
anime.
You notice
Kawaii.
that he's got this kind of notable source of bleeding coming from the kind of one of the lower quadrants of his abdomen. He appears to have what looks like a college sweater imprinted with the branding of the University of Circia Paradise.
On Weasley, that's what I was looking at there for a second.
So
That's
Daru,
awesome.
you kind of come to that throbbing headache gone, and you don't remember exactly how you got onto this beachhead, but it's not. So far, it's kind of according to plan. You look around and you are surrounded by these strange individuals that are just expectantly looking at you.
Could I can I walk up to Daru and say, if you don't mind, I can help with that wound.
Oh, I'd appreciate it. I'd appreciate it a lot.
I want to cast healing.
First, they make a medicine check.
Okay.
While he does that, can I walk up to him and say,
15.
where did you come from? And also, what just happened?
Well,
And also, without saying it out loud, I'm gonna say, can you hear me in my head at him?
As she says that, everyone here can hear her kind of communicate that.
Now, that's an interesting point. And I lift my shirt up for Virgil to heal me.
Virgil, what you see is this beautiful, kind of multicolored purple shard that is embedded in his abdomen right now.
Oh shit.
With that medicine check, you get the sense that in whatever blast happened underwater, some piece of shrapnel is inside this young man here. So you'd have to kind of like slowly extract it as you cast a spell. You get the sense you might actually need another healer for this. You might need 2.
I noticed that. Who else knew Healing Touch? Ezra, did you know Healing Touch?
Healing word?
Healing Word, excuse me.
Yes, I do.
I could,
Do you need help?
yes.
Okay, I'm gonna get down and start helping him.
So for this, one of you guys make a medicine check at advantage, and one of you guys burn the spell slot.
I will do the medicine check unless you're pretty good at it.
I'll take the spell slot.
Okay.
I'm gonna go grab my bow and my hat.
Now unnatural 20.
Okay. So Virgil, as you kind of
Oh boy, actually, I'm gonna look at you and I'm gonna say, sorry, you picked the wrong god today.
What?
Oh.
I didn't. Me? What? I didn't pick a
And
god.
I'm gonna look at Virgil and say that.
So Virgil, as you're like right about to pull the shard, you're like, oh shit. That would have been bad if you pulled it without being able to close the wound immediately. So you might have to kind of like switcheroo here.
Yeah, could I use if she's not gonna help me, can I use Healing Word plus
She can pull
Hemo
it.
Staff?
She can pull it, and you can with that medicine check. It's fine. You just
Okay.
burn the slot instead of her,
Oh,
and she'll pull it under kind of your direction.
while I'm doing that, can I ask her what god did I choose?
You chose Fury.
That
Fury, who fucking cares about Fury? Get this fucking thing out of my stomach.
that speaking of that, as I'm pulling it out when she said Fury, I stopped just for a second, and then I kept going.
Daru, make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh shit.
As he's doing that, as he's like taking the knife out, I'm gonna lean down and I'm gonna say, why?
13.
13. Okay, you don't pass out.
Oh god.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, does that bother you?
Oh, I try to stay relatively calm.
At this point, Virgil, you're still kind of holding on to Daru here.
Yeah, I'm holding on to him at this point. It's
Oh, okay, okay.
sort of leaning into him.
Yeah, Daru, you're kind of like, I imagine, kind of slumped over, like looking up between these two individuals, like talking about Fury, something or other.
Yeah.
And yeah, but for the purposes of this, the spell didn't provide any healing, but it cured the wound that you would have been left with. So you're only down 5 hit points right now. But for the purposes of this, you are totally 100%. You're not wounded.
Okay.
So at this point, as you kind of all look at this strange
Oh, the dream team.
you definitely lost some time, and something happened out on the water that you don't understand.
What happened, Daru?
Oh, just a bit of a boating accident. Been
We
out
heard
for-
gunshots.
It was an intense boating accident, really.
And the headaches.
I don't know anything about that. That's
The purple lights?
The stone.
As a note, you
Oh, yeah.
still
What is
are kind of holding it, and as you're holding it, this like what was kind of almost like this dagger-like shard begins to like crack, and almost like a kind of transformer thing begins to reform itself into this tiny, almost like marble that has like these almost like rings that are moving around it in this odd kind of geometrical shape.
I look at it and I'm appealed. Appealed? I
Yeah.
like it.
There
I
you
like it. And but I gesture back to Daru. Is this yours?
Yeah, sure, we can say that. And I reach out with Mage Hand to grab it.
Okay. Or as you go to grab it, your headache's back.
Oh, well, never mind.
Do I have a headache?
It's not bad. It's not bad. But like as you go to grab it, like you kind of hold on to it, and it's like just a faint headache at the back of your head.
Do I have a headache holding it?
No.
Oh.
Feel fine.
Well, I still hold it out for him. I don't want to take it if it's not mine.
He's holding it out for you.
No thanks, friend. You can keep that for now.
And I put a left hand over my chest and I bow and say, "Thank you."
Formal. Okay.
Look, I don't know who any of you are, but those gunshots could attract a lot of unwanted attention. We need to get out of here.
Yeah.
But it's so beautiful here next to this lovely lake.
Yeah, well, you brought these guys here, Asher.
Well, not the redhead one.
Either way, we need to get out of here. Help me skin this thing real quick. We'll gather.
So it's actually already prepared.
It's good? Okay.
Yeah, you finished.
Alright.
I'm just looking out over the lake towards where I came from. Is there any, like, is it visible towards the other side?
The mist kind of covers it, but you remember where you took off from.
Is there nobody's coming?
You don't see any
No
other boats on the
sounds.
water.
Okay.
So you're from the college, huh?
That's a weird way to put it. I worked there, yeah.
Oh, you're like a teacher?
More like kind of just a librarian, really.
Cool. Can you do magic?
Are you guys a little whoosh, and there's a little shower of sparks.
Oh,
That's about as good as I got.
It's actually pretty cool. You do notice that this individual seemingly has this. Is anyone here proficient in religion? It's a little pendant that's kind of like wrapped around their hand.
I believe I am.
I should be. Yes, I am.
Okay. Either anyone who's proficient in religion would recognize this kind of like platinum pendant. Very flashy. A little too flashy for someone that's like actually religious. Like it's a bit gaudy, but it's this platinum pendant, and on the top of it is on the pendant part is like this kind of engraved like flaming hand. This would be religious iconography of. It would be Azith, which is the deity. That is their domain is magic, and it is the god that is represented by the city of Bigby, and the sovereign order, the Order of the Palm.
Huh.
I take off my scarf and wring it out, and sort of take off my jacket and get everything as dry as I can, and clean myself up, prestidigitation, and go grab my sword.
You have a sword?
The thing he kind of threw you. Watch, he kind of like looks around for a second,
Oh, that's
and
right.
he goes
That's
and
right.
picks up this like. I don't know that anyone here has really seen this before. This thing looks really decorative. It is it's basically like a fencing sword. But it seems to be made of like silver. It's kind of bejeweled and really kind of over the top.
Lost my harness. I'll just let go of the weapon. Just have it float.
And just like, yeah, it's kind of just like floating next to him.
What? I have to say, that's awesome.
As we're walking, I'm gonna grab Asher. What are you thinking jumping into the water like that? What the hell were you going after?
Man, what if there were survivors? I mean, there was one. You
Yeah.
saved a guy.
He didn't know what the hell was in that water. I had seen something, I don't know what it was.
Well, I mean, you gotta take risks if you want to be a hero.
Sometimes being a hero is not always the smartest choice.
Yeah, but aren't we always supposed to help people?
Yeah, just saying be careful next time.
I
Whatever
have
that
a
ringing was, it kind of disabled
question.
me from helping you.
I have a DM question. Can
Yes.
everyone hear this conversation?
Make a perception check. I mean, if anyone who's
I
trying
figure
to,
Yeah.
anyone who's trying to eavesdrop, this would be eavesdropping because like
Yeah, 'cause
I
I-
imagine you kind of like pushed ahead.
Yeah, and then like have Asher with
Yeah.
me, yeah.
But go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay. That's a natural one.
Okay. I will say, like, if you're really trying to eavesdrop, it's less that you don't hear. You hear bits and pieces of it. I'd say you kind of get the gist, but you're also kind of noticeable as you do. So, like, right as you kind of finish Hyde, you kind of turn, and you
Yeah.
see Ezra, this kind of tall. I mean, let's just call her what she is, a cyber witch. That's just like right behind you, like not really even trying to hide that she's like listening into everything you're saying.
So I look at her, something I can help you with.
I want to know what's going on here.
Hey, I mean, Hyde, come on. They're my new friends. Can we at least be cool for a little bit?
Yes, he's my friend.
Yeah,
Look
we're
at
all
you.
friends here.
I wanted to do an experiment. Can I think? Can you hear me? To all other 4 members.
Yeah.
As you do, everyone can like you hear kind of inside your mind Virgil's echoing voice.
The hell is
And
that?
then I want to say, can you tell me what I'm thinking? I'm not going to say that in my head, but then I'd like to think of a memory. I'd like to think of the song that we were hearing in that vision that reminded me of my childhood. I'd like to think of that tune and see if they...
Make an intelligence check.
Okay. I'm trying to test to see how far this goes, how deep this goes.
Yeah.
Intelligence. 9.
9. So
Do I add that to passive intelligence or just
no.
Okay.
That's just a straight check.
straight?
So as you
This is some cool music.
So, and you're kind of still moving down the road, and Virgil, it takes you like a little bit, and you're kind of like, it's like a weird muscle. Like it's something you have a hard time like wrapping your head around. But sure enough, after about like a minute of this, as everyone else is kind of going about their business, it's less that they hear it. There's no actual sound communicated, but it's like you now all have this song that's kind of stuck in your head, this melody that you've never heard before, but it's just stuck in your head.
Are you serious?
That's so cool.
Oh, that's okay.
I really don't like that. I feel sorry for the people that you just doing this as this is happening.
I too am comfortable.
So I'm gonna turn at the to Danu. Is that his name?
Aru?
Gar.
Daru, and I'm gonna say, you have no clue what this is?
I mean, I speak in your head. Yeah, I mean, I can do this. I can do this to other people, but other people usually can't do it to me.
As a
Or at
note,
least.
the only person that hears that is Ezra.
Ooh, so we can
I
be
was just about
specific.
to ask, is it like a group chat thing at all times? Like,
So basically, as it stands, it seems like for now you guys are almost like this broadband like transmission of like telepathic thought. Like there's something that happened where you're now kind of linked in this way. Yet what Daru does, I mean, it seems obvious from that interaction that this is a talent that he had before, and his is a lot more refined.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Is anyone else
So-
here proficient in Arcana?
I believe
That's
I
not
am.
Daru.
I am.
I'm actually
Okay.
not.
I am
Okay.
too.
Okay, interesting. Ezra and Virgil. Virgil, you've kind of, you're an intelligent guy, and you kind of read things here and there. Ezra, this makes sense for you because I almost picture you kind of like Jackie, as like you'll just randomly go on these like deep web searches on like random things, and I feel like Ezra just randomly learns like a shit ton about Arcana. So, this is not consistent with magic, at least not one that you're familiar with. This seems like psionics.
Okay.
That's all you know, and you don't even know much about psionics. You just kind of, it's something that's actually like a manifestation of your brain, not like an arcane.
Okay. I'm gonna tell that to the group.
I'm gonna go. I know.
Cyberpunk?
How? What? Are
What?
you're pretty young?
Yeah. So?
Oh man. I mean, no judgment here. I'm just noticing.
You could ask all three of these people. Pretty good with the bow.
At this point, you come across a point in the road where there's kind of these two, like hills on either side, and the road kind of like cuts through. And there's this kind of the terrain kind of changes a little bit, where there's a lot of like dense overgrowth ahead of you. You could still like get through it, but it's just dense. I don't know how else to say it. It'll just like slow you down a little bit.
We going through or going around?
Where are we headed to? I say as not my character in his voice.
You're okay. Thank you. You are headed towards the sing. In fact, I have something to help you. Your zoom camera might be in the way, so maybe you might want to move it towards the top, perhaps. But there's this little layout that can kind of show you guys.
I like how you have our images to the right too. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
So you're at. Oh, you can see my mouse, right?
Yeah.
Uh huh. Yeah.
They're at Fort Walls from here, and you've been traveling up towards the sink. You're about halfway there at this point.
If we need some place to rest for the night, I can offer lodgings.
I don't know if any of you've been out this part, but this place isn't actually the safest for camping. Just to let you know, be ready.
As a note, Hyde, are you proficient in survival?
I think so. Yep.
Go ahead and make a survival check for me.
It's a 4.
4. Okay.
Rolling amazing.
Rolling hot today.
So, what you guys doing out here on this side of sink? Is it? Yeah, we're in the sink.
Yeah.
So, did you guys just elect to? Are you taking kind of the long way around, or are you going through the more like difficult terrain area?
I say we take the long way around.
What do you think, Good?
Me?
Asking Asher, yeah, what do you think, Good?
Well,
Hardware the easy way.
it's been kind of a rough day. Maybe the easy way.
Alright.
We're going the easy way.
Right.
Easy way.
Alright.
Easy way.
Easy way.
Okay.
The
Easy
long
way.
way.
I
Guess the
mean,
long way.
so as you kind of like look at the two paths to move through, there is what looks like a shortcut that kind of goes between these two hills. As you kind of begin to move through, there's this kind of dense foliage that kind of begins to obscure your path a little bit, and you have to kind of take like big steps to get through it. So what's your marching order through this?
I'll be in front.
Okay. So
I'll go behind him.
Okay.
I'll go in the middle.
Okay.
I'll bring up the rear. That's fine.
Okay. So Hyde, with that survival check, as you begin to step through,
Yeah.
you step down and you hear this like sound of a pressure plate click, and you hear this snap and this excruciating pain in your leg as a bear trap clamps shut on your leg. You suffer 8 points of piercing damage.
Well, you know what that means.
I don't.
You guys hear me fucking roar out. Extremely pissed off.
Uh-oh.
What do I do but rage?
Oh my
Hey, I would like everyone to roll initiative, please,
god. Jesus Lord.
as we move over to Astral.
Oh,
You know what? Eddie, you're nothing but consistent.
I thought you were serious when you said you were playing a wizard.
I don't think so.
That's what I was like.
I thought we had a
was
team of
like, watch
spellcasters
this.
and one arrow guy.
One arrow guy. Oh, you're not
that's-
even gonna believe it.
16 for me.
17 for me.
Natty, that puts me at 33.
Holy
What?
Oh,
god.
god damn.
Plus
Nothing happens until James moves.
Yeah.
Around.
Ooh, goblins. Fucking hate goblins. Okay.
Oh, we're fighting goblins?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
no,
yeah.
they're gone. It's gone.
You
Hey,
hear?
Alex, I also forgot I have the alert feat.
Well, that's already added to your initiative.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
So we got a natural 20, the total of whatever
33.
billion. Yeah, I heard what it was.
Shit.
All right, who was the second highest? Who's 15 and above?
I have 16.
Uh,
So.
17.
I also have 16.
I have 17.
Damn. Talk about consistency. We're all 16, 17.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I rolled really well.
And sorry, Virgil,
17.
17. Okay. That.
Just met, but we move as one.
Oh wow, everyone rolled pretty well. Who am I missing? 1, 2, 3. Oh, that fucking match. Okay. So at the top of the round, funnily enough, because no one detected this, everyone is surprised, except
can't be yeah.
Hyde and I believe Asher. You can't be surprised, isn't that right?
That's correct, yeah.
They can never be surprised?
Yeah.
My motherfuckers took the alert feat.
Oh my god.
What can I say?
I feel like alert is so good.
Mm-hmm. Very
It's
useful.
not appreciated enough.
So, these individuals that were hidden are going to use their first. So, top of the round is actually Asher. You hear Hyde roar out and rage. As a note, as Hyde rages, what happens? What are you thinking? As your path.
I'll take the my jaw snaps, kind of like unhinges.
So, yeah. So
What?
you you watch as this
Freaks.
massive freak of a man just lets out this bestial roar, and as he does, you watch as like the skin at kind of the cracks of his lips begin to actually tear like the Joker, and you hear this like popping as his jaw actually unhinges, and as he does, you watch as behind his teeth grow like a second row of sharp shark-like teeth.
Who are my friends?
What the hell?
I know. Yeah.
Virgil's very accepting.
Top of the round, Asher. You hear this chattering in the distance as these goblins begin to move over the peak here. What are you doing? Everyone on the field is now visible to you.
I can't see anything on my screen, but I'm going.
Oh, did you accept the invite?
Yeah.
You should see it now.
Goblin Rat Rider.
I don't see it, but I can see it on the.
Okay, there you go.
I can see it on the Twitch stream.
What are you doing?
I'm going to aim at Goblin number 6 and take 2 shots at it.
Okay. Just take one shot at it.
Okay, I take 1 shot at it. It's a 16.
16 hits.
Okay. That is 10 damage.
Now shoot at a different goblin, because that one's dead.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Keep going.
The one closest to it on the right. I can't see that number.
Sure. That's fine.
But,
That one is actually out of your view.
okay, what about the farthest?
What you see
to the
here
right.
is you see a goblin over here, and you see a goblin that's riding a giant rat. And it
Ooh.
looks like they have what looks like these like billy clubs, as they're kind of like cackling like hyenas as they're preparing to descend.
I'm going to shoot the one on the rat.
Okay.
It's 15.
15 hits. And then Daru, you're on deck here.
Okay.
And this one takes. Come on, stupid. Well, it takes 15 damage.
What?
Takes 15 damage.
How does it take 15 damage? Your max should be 13.
Which it was, but I get an extra D8 for
Oh my god,
my
I forgot.
second attack.
Yeah,
so.
I forgot. Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
damn.
And then I'm gonna move and press my body up. If I can get to the cliff wall, I want to press myself up against that.
The one closest to the one you shot? Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
what the rest of you see are 2 super clean one-taps. You watch as this kid, he already had 1 arrow knocked, seemingly ready for something like this. He kind of draws the bow back and fires 2 quick shots. The first one, you watch as this goblin was about to kind of jump off the cliff with this war cry headed at you with this billy club, and the propulsion of the arrow actually picks him back up and sets him back down on the top of the cliff where he was. The second goblin on top of the rat rider was kind of giving this war cry, And as he did, there was just this flash of black as an arrow went straight through his head, in and out, and just completely falls off the rat.
Oh my god.
This goblin here is actually now going to mount that rat. This
Looks like a
place.
rat.
Okay. Daru.
Oh man, okay. Holy shit, nice shot. And then
Thanks.
5, 10, 15. Oh wait, this is not. Is it gridded? I assume. Can I get up to the cliff with 30 feet of movement?
Climb up it?
Can I get to the base of it?
Yeah.
And how tall is it?
It's about 15 feet up.
Yeah, I'd like to run up to it and sort of jump and
Gonna
plant one
clamber
foot,
up.
and then Jedi shove myself up there.
Is that a thing you can do?
It's a bonus action telekinetic shove. I can choose to fail it, and then push or pull something a d6 times 5.
Okay. Sure.
So I'm gonna do that on myself,
So
going
you can.
upwards.
Okay, so you do Jedi 25 feet up, right?
Yeah.
Damn.
God,
Okay.
Yeah, that's fucking insane.
Okay.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
So this is fun. I am not aware of all your guys' abilities, evidently. So you watch as Daru kind of saunters over and takes just one step off the cliffside here, and somehow just kind of crouching tiger, hidden dragon Hollywood wire fighting, just flies
Just
up.
awkwardly float up.
You're now 10 feet up in the air above the cliffside. What are you doing?
As I'm falling, I make a throwing motion with an empty hand, like I'm throwing an axe, and I'm gonna make an attack against the nearest goblin 4.
Okay.
A gobby. Little
Ooh.
gobby.
That's a 9, but yeah, that's a 9.
Okay. As you go to strike him, you just based on the awkward perspective that you were at, you've actually never seen a goblin up close.
Ugly.
They are tiny, much smaller than you thought, based on how large their heads are. So as you go to strike, you just strike into this barrel and look down, and you're like, oh my god, I was a foot above his head. And you're more just impressed with how small these things are. And it actually doesn't even notice that you swung at it. It is in the process of trying to push these barrels over the cliffside. And it just kind of hears the noise and just kind of looks around, doesn't even notice you're behind it. As it does, though, as you kind of strike into this barrel, you do see this caustic, grayish, viscous substance kind of come out of it, and it immediately makes you feel sick.
Oh, okay. Well,
That's
that's
going
my
to
turn.
bring us to this goblin rat rider here. He is going to clamber down the cliff here. He's going to make it up to Hyde. Hyde, you are currently restrained right now.
Yep. Correct.
So it has advantage on its strikes against you. The
Okay.
rat is going to go in for a bite.
Okay.
That's a 20 to hit. Oh, it has advantage. 20 to hit. And
Yep.
the goblin is
Okay.
going to swing at your legs, because that's all he can reach.
Okay.
That is a 13.
That hits.
That does hit.
Uh-huh.
And then a 14.
Uh-huh.
This one you actually notice he actually has this hunting dagger.
Okay.
Larger hunting dagger. More like a Bowie knife.
Okay.
So that is, let me see, 8 points of damage, halved to 4, and then 3
Okay.
points of damage, halved to 1.
Okay, so 5 total. Okay.
Yes. And then the rat bites you for 3 points of piercing damage, halved to 1.
Okay.
Okay, and then with that, where is it? This goblin here is going to make it down this way towards you. he's also going to start swinging this billy club on Hyde. That's a natural 20.
Uh-huh.
That's one shot. You suffer 10 points of damage halved to 5.
Okay.
As this goblin just kind of like runs down, and he actually just like smacks you like right on where the bear trap is, and actually kind of digs that whole
Nice and deep.
mechanism like deeper into your
Okay.
leg. That's going to bring us to Virgil, Hyde, and Ezra all at the same time. So you guys can kind of like mix and match if you'd like to.
All of you go right now.
I'm gonna immediately put my hands up, and my eyes are gonna go black, and there's gonna be this purple mist that almost comes up around Virgil, Hyde, and Daru. And you guys are now blessed.
Okay.
And
Thank
then
you.
I'm gonna move.
That was blessing me.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. All right. It's a
And then I'm
different
gonna
take on it.
move in between Virgil and Asher, and I'm kind of gonna just hide there, and that's gonna be the end of my turn.
Okay. Just for that, you've earned the first combat song.
Oh shit!
We're now playing Ezra combat music.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yay!
So
Okay.
whose turn? So is it? It's
So
between
it's
me,
Hyde
Virgil?
and Virgil. You
You
guys
wanna
can
go
mix
first?
and match.
You can go hide.
Okay. I'm gonna get pissed, and I'm going to try to grab the rat,
Yeah.
Oh my god.
and like bite its head off.
Okay. Make an attack.
Okay. That's 21 to hit.
Whoops! I'm so sorry, guys.
Fucking hits.
Okay. So let's see. That is 9 points of damage.
Okay. You watch as Hyde just grabs this rat with one hand and pulls it up to him. And at this point, the goblin like reaches over the rat and stabs him in the chest. And Hyde just grabs the goblin and throws him off and just like throws the blade out of his chest, bites the whole rat's head and just bites it off. And there's this like arterial spray as he tosses the corpse to the side and spits out the rat head.
Oh my god.
Nothing has changed.
I
in
want
my
to
love
stare
it.
right
Yeah.
at the goblin too.
You stare at the goblin, and the goblin's looking. It actually just looks furious. Like it doesn't seem yet like it's scared of you.
Okay. I don't take any damage on my own turn from that trap, do I?
In fact, what's funny, Hyde, weirdly, in Goblin,
Uh-huh.
you hear it just yell, "Man, fuck you." You don't take any damage from any additional damage from the trap.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, so that brings us to Virgil. This
In it.
ungodly sight before you.
Noticing that the goblin didn't really react to such a horrific sight, do I recall in any of my studies what goblins are afraid of?
I'll tell you what. As a bonus action, I'll let you make an intelligence check.
Okay.
I would say your background doesn't lend itself to knowing a whole lot about goblins, but
14.
14? You know what? Weirdly, you've heard stories about goblins. Generally, they're afraid of things that are bigger and badder.
Like Hyde?
Like Hyde, but Hyde's in a trap, and they feel like they've got the jump on this group.
Okay. So
In
I'm
the sense
gonna.
that if the tables start to turn, then that's when things will get they might start to run.
This music's dope. Alright, so I'm gonna do minor illusion since I already used my bonus action.
Okay.
I'm going to make a freed Hyde, and I'm going to have him in a crouching position next to Goblin 5 and Goblin 3, and I want him roaring as loud as he can.
Okay.
Like it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use. Can my spell reach that? If not, I'll use distance spell.
Okay. Yeah, you're gonna have to do a distance spell.
I'll use that and make sure it reaches right in front of him.
Okay. It pulled up this roaring Hyde. Minor illusion being a cantrip, it can't make that scary of a sound, so it comes out as more like a
It's like if I were to try to do it, that makes sense.
Kind of. Oh, it's almost more of like a kind of like the very, very, very end of like a Maori war dance. Just the last like second of it. It's like this So it's scary-ish, and it's a much smaller hide, but it's stocky. So for the purposes of this, you will have I'll make an intelligence check for them. That's a fail. So for the purposes of this, they think that they might think this thing is real, and they might be trying to attack it.
Okay. If they attack it, I think they have to do like a something has to happen as far as a saving throw. You already know.
Yeah. So with that brings us to goblins 2 and 3. So this goblin's going to come down, and he's going to take some strikes on you.
On me?
Yeah.
Oh god.
The rat is going to bite you. That's a 9.
That misses.
Gobby's going to hit you for a 20.
That'll do it.
And then a fucking 10.
That'll miss.
So you suffer 5 points of damage as this goblin just kind of like runs by you and like slashes across your chest with this kind of what looks like this. For him, it's actually like this. It looks like a little goblin greatsword. He just kind of comes down with this like massive greatsword and just like swings it. For you, it'd be like a short sword, but for him, it's a greatsword. And just kind of swings this mighty strike across you for. I already told you the damage, right?
Yeah, 5.
Yeah. And he's hurrying you now. This one is now going to come down, get over on this side of you. He's going to slide down, and as he jumps down, he's going to try to bop Ezra. That's a 10.
That's not gonna hit. No.
So Ezra, as you cast your spell, you feel this kind of thud on your Cutler brand armored elbow piece. And you just look, and there's this goblin that's just like, he's actually holding your hand and just like fucking pounding on your arm.
I'm just gonna get down and kind of like, you're gonna scratch it.
He actually is scratching it. And hide. In Goblin, you just hear him going like, and with that, that's going to bring us to these ones here. This one is going to come down. He can't quite make it to hide, so he's going to dash and try to surround hide here. This one is going to do the same.
Are they not confused about the other image?
Oh, I forgot about that. Sorry, I didn't put it on the map. So, with that... My god, they are not intelligent. So with that, each of them like takes one swing at the thing, and it goes right through. And they waste their actions, and then with that, they're gonna use their movement to get as far down as they can. And once again, hide after they swing. There's like as they see that it is an illusion.
Okay.
They succeeded in the intelligence investigation check.
They didn't need to investigate it to know that like they swung at it and their clubs went right through it. So whether or not they know it's an illusion or not, they're choosing to ignore it right now.
Okay.
Because they can't seem to hit it.
Cool.
So with cantrips, it's not a very powerful magic, so it's like you're not going to get a whole lot out of it, but you wasted 2 actions for a cantrip, so that's actually pretty fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
So that brings us to top of the round. It's Daru, unless Asher.
I'm gonna
Sure.
use my bonus action to cast Zephyr Strike.
Okay.
And I'm going to use the extra movement it's giving me to get up to the top of this cliff to climb my way up.
Okay.
And then
yeah, you can do that because Zephyr Strike gives you
extra 30 feet.
yeah.
So I want to kind of be standing next to Daru, sorry. And I just kind of want to, as I pull my bow back to shoot at goblin number 5, I'm going to say, in giant, I'm going to yell, bow before the Moon Reavers,
Oh boy.
and then shoot at number 5 with a 19.
Okay, go and roll damage.
$14.
He's fucking dead. So you say that, and you let loose the arrow, and it just like gets him in the chest, and he just like stops and like slows down, and he actually has like this really dramatic like moment where he just kind of like stops and just kind of like slumps to his knees and like backs up, and just kind of like it's still holding onto the arrow and just kind of like looks up at the sky, and just like his breathing slows, and the other goblin is kind of like running past. At this point, just kind of like slows down, just like looks over, and it just kind of like reaches out a hand. He says, "Fuck you," and he just kind of like turns his attention towards Hyde. Okay. So that brings us to Daru.
Jesus.
I love goblins.
Damn. Again, nice shot, kid. I'm gonna slide down the fucking cliff. Because now everybody's down here. And back up from this goblin a little bit, and then sort of get in a fencing pose with an empty hand and lunge forward at him.
Which one?
The one that Ezra's fighting.
Okay. That
20 something to hit.
Fucking hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Ooh.
This would also be considered sneak attack.
Oh shit. Someone took
10 points of psychic damage.
10 points of psychic damage. Interesting.
Oh,
blew his fucking
So-
mind.
I
As
see.
as you go to like reach out and strike this goblin, it sees you do this, and you're almost like locked into this pose, and it kind of like lunges at you, and there's this like whirlwind, and as you strike through, this dead goblin falls, and you realize that he's actually pulled his friend on the rat rider in front of him to tank the blow, and he's actually interposed himself, and he actually like in that process he's now jumped on to the rat.
Oh
Beautiful.
shit.
So he
Bonus
used his
action.
reaction to interpose.
Bonus action, I'll turn to the guy that just jumped on the rat and throw a fake dagger at him.
Okay. You do that with your bonus action?
If I make an attack with the normal action, I can do that as a bonus action. It's just
Okay.
a D4 damage dice instead.
Alright. If this hits, I'm playing Daru's combat playlist.
19 plus 4, so
19
23.
fucking hits.
Hell yeah.
Jesus.
Do we all have our own playlist?
That's
Ooh.
5 damage. 5 psychic
5
damage.
points of damage. He already used his reaction, so he can't interpose. So we kind of like, as he like moves himself over, he's like, fuck. And then as you like strike, you throw this dagger at him. It just kind of like he's like starts choking as there's this invisible wound on his neck that he's scratching at. Okay. That brings us to goblins. Where am I? One's dead. This one here is not dead. He's still flanking with Hyde. He's gonna jump onto Hyde's back and bite him in the head. He's gonna bite your ear.
Son of a bitch. Okay. It's alright, I'm into that.
You suffer 6 half to 3 points of goblin damage
Okay.
as he's just like biting your ear, and you kind of like let out this roar of pain. He's like, man, fuck you. And that's going to bring us
One
to
word they know.
how they fight. That brings us to the 3: Hyde, Ezra, Virgil.
You guys mind if I go first real quick?
You
Go
go
ahead, bud.
first.
I want to yank this little fucker off my ear and just squeeze him until he pops.
Okay.
That can be done.
Roll
Yes.
an attack.
That's a natural 19.
Ooh, nice.
I'd like to use the crush action.
What would the damage die be for that one?
Just for the purpose of this, go ahead and roll your normal like weapon dice.
Okay, cool. That's 8 points of damage.
Okay. So as he's kind of like laughing, you actually like grab him off the back and just like pull him over towards you, and just start squeezing.
Yeah.
And as he was laughing, like, "Fuck you," he just goes, "Oh, wait," and then he just like pops.
Alright.
Goblin like flies.
It's not like it's just like this, you know, like little like water balloon of blood or anything, but yeah, he pops.
Yeah.
So okay, that was Hyde's act.
It's my turn, yeah.
Okay, that's Virgil and Ezra now.
Do you want to go first, Virgil?
Sure. Yeah, mine will be pretty quick. I'd like to just cast Healing Word on Hyde.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. 1d4 plus 5. So.
Okay.
Let's see here. And then, but also as a note, through all this carnage and bloodshed, Virgil's face is very stoic, and you don't see a lot of emotion there. Yeah, so he's really non-reactive to any
Very
of this.
calm still.
Very, very calm. Really focused on what he's doing, which is healing you.
Okay.
So
Ezra,
let's see.
just note you're on deck here too.
Yeah, got it.
So
Are you
gonna
doing anything
heal-
with your action,
me?
Virgil? Yeah.
Um,
You can roll the healing after. Are you doing anything with your action?
Oh, I thought I rolled it. Sorry.
no, that's really just gonna be it. I'm just gonna heal him for 7.
Okay, cool.
All right. Ezra, what are you doing?
I'm gonna walk up to the route rider right here, and I'm gonna put my hand out and touch him, and I'm gonna use inflict wounds. It's gonna be 10 to hit.
10 misses.
Fuck. Okay.
As you reach out your inflict wound. As a note, Virgil, in the future, you can use your action to do the help action, and it can give other people advantage. So that's something you can do with your action.
What's a help action? That's
You
awesome.
can just, yeah,
That
you
was
can
like
just
help
like,
action.
yeah.
I can just help him.
Yeah. But
Oh.
that's okay. Now you know. So Ezra, as you like reach out with this necrotic energy, you just kind of like grab onto this goblin, and this like necrotic energy just kind of pulses through your hand, and he just like looks down at it, and, like looks up at you, looks to the side to see if there's anyone he can put in the way, and there's this pulse of necrotic energy, and you watch as the armor that he's wearing just kind of like turns into dust, and he like looks down, looks up at you, and says like, just gives like this
Motherfucker.
like little
Okay.
goblin laughing.
Just gonna let out a sigh of frustration, and then I'm gonna end my turn.
Yeah. And he just like looks at you, and he knows you don't speak goblin, but he just like kind of gives you this nod, like you know that he's telling you, fuck you. So that's gonna
Little
bring us
fucker.
to this goblin. He's going to order the rat to bite Ezra. It's gonna miss, and he's gonna swing at Daru.
Ooh.
And he's gonna miss, and he's gonna take another strike at Daru. Ooh, you avoided the natty, but that's a 20 to hit. For 6 points of damage. He's actually gonna use his movement to move away from you guys.
I would like to reaction strike him.
Okay. Take your shot.
Can I take a shot too?
Yep.
Natural 18.
That hits.
Not the
Yeah.
natural one.
I don't know if it'll matter, but this should be sneak attack. Right? Or do we have...
No, because the round didn't reset yet. It didn't get back to your turn.
Sneak attack is once per turn.
I think think so, yeah.
Yeah,
So
sneak
then-
attack I think works if your attack
one-
is before his, I think.
It's 1 per round.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, it's 7 points of psychic damage.
Okay. So, as a note, you kind of go to swing. He's going to use his reaction to interpose, because he has got his reaction back. And are you swinging with your cutlass?
With nothing.
Or just with sure.
With the
So,
imaginary rapier.
as you do, he kind of like bucks his rat, and you end up kind of like stabbing the lower abdomen of the rat. And Ezra, as you go to, I don't even know what you're swinging at him.
I'm using my dagger.
Okay, you're kind of rolling a dagger. As the rat kind of goes up, it kind of like wildly kicks as Daru invisibly stabs it, and it kind of kicks your hand away as you go to stab the goblin.
Duh.
That's
Okay.
going to bring us to this gobby here and this rat rider. They're going to both take attacks on Hyde. That's a natural 1. Oh, but advantage. That's a 9. He's going to take a second strike, straight roll. That's a miss. The goblin hits for 20 total.
Wait, who?
Against Hyde. So Hyde, you suffer 3 points of damage already halved. As this goblin is now just like, he's taking this dagger and he's kind of like stabbing into your toes. It's kind of barely getting through your shoes, but he is fucking up your shoes, by the way.
To the toes.
You're muted. I can't hear you.
It's son of a bitch.
Yeah. So he's just kind of like stabbing into your toes, and you can't really move your feet because of the bear
Yeah.
trap.
Okay.
This goblin says, you get a sense the 2 rat riders right now are the leader, and at this point, one of the rat riders, you hear him say, in Goblin, since you're the only one that understands goblins, something along the lines of, good, now flank around the other side.
Ugh.
And as he says that, he's actually going to dip.
Oh shit.
And the other goblin does not notice. So that brings us to top of the round.
I'm
Asher.
gonna move to the front of the cliff, like stay
Yeah.
up on top, but like more closer. And I'm gonna say, no running, as I aim at the rat rider that's trying to escape, and take a longbow shot at that motherfucker. Alright. 17?
17 hits.
Okay. 12.
12 points of damage. He does not have his reaction because he used it. So as he's kind of like waving to the other goblin that they're getting out, you see him kind of making this wild motion. This arrow just boom, and whizzes through the air, and you watch as it actually pierces through his hand and like skewers his hand into his chest, and he's just like, eh. And he's just sitting there like now tugging on this thing as he's like strapped to this rat that's still moving. He's still up.
That's all I'm gonna do.
Alex froze.
Thank you for
Oh
this, yeah.
no, Alex froze.
Oh no.
Not our DM.
All right, guys. New campaign. I got one ready.
God damn it. It's
maybe text
Pierce's,
him.
it's Pierce's turn to DM now.
No.
He's the next one.
I suck at DMing.
Have you DM'd yet?
For a group of other people.
You've been cheating on us.
He's been cheating on us.
Bunch of murder hobos, let me tell you.
He's probably just gonna reset everything. Give it a
Yeah.
minute.
Hello? laughed the first time I DM'd, and freaking Alex comes up to me like the next time we play. He's like, "Did you even read the book?" And I was like, "No." Like, just kind of winging it.
At least you were honest.
Yeah.
Did he text? Oh, he lost
Yeah, he said
connection.
Yep.
So how are you guys doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Oh, gosh.
You guys' characters are awesome so far. I can't wait to see what else you come up with.
Thanks, man. I like your character too. It's terrifying.
Yeah, it is.
I know, so much different than I usually am.
You know what? Your character and Ezra
it's
really
not.
just freak me out.
Why does Ezra freak you out?
Because
Her
she's
eyes
so
keep going
casual
black.
with the whole
Creepy swamp
darkness.
witch.
She's pretty
Yeah.
normal.
I think it's awesome.
Just
Yeah.
a little weird, but you know.
But yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
What do you say? What do you say?
You
Yeah,
guys
so if
been
you
up to
want to
anything
just...
fun?
Are you gonna get the new Assassin's Creed? Anybody?
I want to.
Does it look like it's good?
Every time I've gotten it, I got bored of it.
Me too. I got
Like,
bored with Odyssey,
awesome
and yeah. I used to love.
Like, incredible
I used to play them a
graphics.
lot.
Brotherhood
Yeah.
was great. That's like the best one.
Yeah.
Brotherhood is great.
Yep. It's fantastic. I don't know why. I just get bored of it.
Yeah, Odyssey and whatever the Origins one. I couldn't
Sometimes
get
it's
it.
a little overwhelming just because of how many things are on the map.
Yeah.
There's like so many markers for like so many different things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That definitely
mean,
could be.
yeah.
I love the storyline of it though. Usually.
Yeah, sometimes they get kind of philosophical with it, which is kind of cool.
Like I really love the setting. They do such a good job with just like,
Yeah.
you know, trying to be accurate, like historically to these places.
Yeah.
And then graphically, it's amazing. Fucking. Like the movement and everything is really cool.
There's that, and there's also
Just waiting for Cyberpunk, baby.
Yeah.
Cyberpunk.
When is
That's
it coming
gonna
out? I know it's been
It's
delayed
December
like, a few
10th.
times.
Yeah, December 10th.
Okay.
That's the latest.
Pretty sick.
It's supposed to come out the 12th this month, but that got moved back.
They keep moving it back, which I'm actually kind of happy about. It makes me think. It's hyping me up of how much work is getting put into it.
You guys want to take a 5? Alex
kinda-
texted. I mean, you know,
You texted?
smoke them if you got them.
Yeah, let's just take a 5 then.
Sure. Makes sense.
I mean, might as well. I'm gonna stay here. I got nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay here too.
Everybody take a 5, but don't go anywhere. Oh man.
I'm actually like super surprised at how good Asher is. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah, he's fucking
I was like,
badass.
oh shit.
He's absolutely wrecking, like,
Yeah.
hard.
Fucking ridiculously accurate shots. I
Yeah.
love killing goblins. They're so much fun to pop.
I gotta
Sick
tell you,
goblins, I was like, yay!
if Virgil is more of just the companion, I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what you even are. Like,
Yeah.
I'm very calm in this fight. I'm like, and you're a bigot. I'm expecting you to like rip somebody in half with me. I'm like, yeah, come on.
I
It's
will
like
be
your
your
heel. I'm
biggest
like, okay.
cheerleader. Like, you can do it.
Had some words of wisdom for fucking your character games, but to be seen.
What do you mean? I'm doing great.
No, not for this.
Oh.
He wants us to send us an invite to the Zoom call. Do you guys know how to do that?
No, I don't.
Let me see if I know how to. I don't know if I know how to.
Jackie, tech whiz.
I don't think I know how to. To be honest with you guys.
If I invite Gmail, and then I use Alex's Gmail. I think it'll work.
How did you do
Okay,
that?
are you
Where
doing
did
it?
you even see this?
Oh,
I
that's
see.
the question.
Next to participants.
Is Alex? Well, I don't want to say it. Are we still recording?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Someone texted Alex's email. What's the one he would have sent you the Zoom invite on?
Yeah. It's, I figured that out.
Bullet Kramer. We'll be back after this quick commercial break.
You need me to text it to you, Reggie?
I got it right here.
Why don't you just tell me the movie you want to see?
No one can have it.
That was a good one, James. I forgot about that.
I hope I sent it to the right Alex if some rando comes in here.
Well,
He'll
Make him
be
a
our new
character.
DM.
Yeah. To answer your question, if you go to participants, you can go to invite and then go from there.
Pierce.
Oh.
Asher is very interested in Daru. Because you're doing some crazy ass shit.
That's some cool shit.
Dope.
Yeah, I thought I was going to be the weirdest one, but I'm not.
But you seem the most normal to me.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, you seem really normal.
turned like shark head,
Yeah.
Yeah.
snake head shark boy over here.
You're fucking dead eye.
Yeah, right? Yeah, that's insane how fucking high your bonuses and shit are and your damage.
But I got a 3 in strength, so you know, you win some, you lose some.
Right? Yeah, you guys rolled really high for things though too.
What did you? Oh yeah, that's James was the one that rolled really low.
I got
Yeah, didn't you get like a
3.
fucking
I
18
got
or
a 3.
yeah?
I got a 3 and an 18. I hit both sides of the board.
There he is.
Yay!
Hey, what's up there?
I think he's here.
You're
we
back,
serious?
buddy.
Are we still all being secretive about our classes? I feel like mine's very obvious.
Yeah, makes it more fun. We gotta get to know each other.
Oh, okay.
I bet you guys can't guess what I am.
Really? You immediately raged. I'm pretty sure.
I'm an
was like,
assassin.
this character is so much different than my other characters.
Could be multi-classed.
Alex,
Yeah,
Probably
can
is
you,
multi-classed.
can you hear me or can you?
I was muted.
There you
Hey,
go.
buddy.
There you go, bud.
Cool.
Welcome back.
My audio might be glitchy right now because my internet straight up like hard crashed.
Okay.
I'm on my hotspot right now.
There you go.
I
So
did.
yeah,
Oh, that lag
was
is
crazy.
real.
yeah. So I don't know that I have the capabilities to continue the session with this internet.
No.
I don't know.
Keep
I don't know what
trying.
it sounds like for you guys, but
It sounds
I assume
straight,
I'm
but
lagging.
Sounds
No,
fine.
you're
Virgil was
On
just
the
about to
screen,
you
unleash
are.
hell.
You sound fine, just on the screen your face
Right.
is not matching.
Okay. Well, I tell you what. Do you guys want to try to at least finish out this encounter?
Yeah.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
I'm gonna have to run
Yeah.
it blind, but I remember where they were.
Okay.
So, we were at
Was it Dar or was
Daru.
Daru's? Yeah, it was Daru's turn.
Daru's
Yeah.
turn. So Daru, there are 3 left on the field. I'm gonna draw myself a little map.
Um,
Do you guys still have music?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're listening to it now.
Do you want me to send it?
Oh no. I don't
No.
even want to try. Like,
Welcome to my world.
The less windows, the better.
yeah,
Can
yeah.
you-
My phone's gonna explode.
Becky, can you screen share the map? The astral map? Because my astral's not working.
Oh yeah. How was I doing it? I was just waiting for. Here it is. Here's the screen share.
Awesome, cool. Thank you so much.
But I'm gonna
I'm
move
going.
this in a second for you guys.
Are you
'cause-
guys talking about Assassin's Creed?
We were.
Yeah.
No, what?
Pauline was in the chat and she texted me saying that you guys are talking about Assassin's Creed. All right, Daru, what are you doing?
Monitoring.
I'm running 30 feet towards the rat riders, and I'm gonna throw a knot dagger at Goblin 3 that's next to Hyde.
Okay. Goblin 3 is not the rider, so go ahead and roll an attack.
Yeah, not the rider, the one that's attacking Hyde. It's a 14 to hit.
14 to hit. 14 hits.
Just say, does he have...
Wait, I'm so sorry. It does not actually.
God, he's got way better AC than I do.
Goblins have a reasonably high AC. So as you actually go to throw this knife, you watch as he just kind of like throws up. He's got this like metal glove, and as he puts out his glove, there's just this like impact of this like invisible force just in front of his glove. You would recognize this piece of equipment as a wrist guard. So he essentially like saw you fighting earlier, saw you throwing Jedi knives around, and he just holds out his hand instinctively and manages to block the shot. So
I'm
unfortunately,
going to
Daru.
distractedly run and throw that. Like as I throw, it's just like, oh yeah, this will hit, and then stop. I'm like, what the fuck? And bonus action, throw another knife at him.
Okay.
You're like, I got this. Son of a bitch.
23 to hit.
Okay.
That's better. Nice.
So go and roll damage.
Do I still get sneak attack for this?
You do. Sneak attack. It doesn't matter when you get it once per round. It can happen on anything.
15 points of psychic damage.
Damn.
Okay.
Mind blown.
How do you want to do this?
Oh, this is weird. I stop and like with intent, just like flick nothing at him, and at the last second you see a just faint purple outline of a dagger, and he just falls backwards. No wounds on him or anything, just like he kind of got punched backwards.
Okay.
I picture him like fucking blocking one, like, oh shit, haha, done.
Oh, so it's actually when he blocked the first one, like he actually did it with intent. Like he saw like a weird Jedi warrior out there. So as you kind of throw your Jedi knife, he holds out his mechanical Jedi hand, and there's like this like impact, and he looks at you. He's like, I know your game. And then at that point, you like stop and just kind of like you were running, and you kind of slow to like a bit of a jog, and you kind of stop, and you just kind of cock your head a little bit, and look at him, and just underhand like throw this psionic dagger. And with that, there's again no blood, no impact. You just watch as his body just lifted up off the ground, and he goes about like 15 feet and just falls, like bouncing a couple times, unmoved. So, with that, there are two left that are at this point. One of them, the one furthest south, or sorry, he was the last one to move. The one on the more northwestern side, if someone could help me move. He's actually going to action dash his giant rat off the map. So he's still within sight, but he's heading south. He's now 60 feet from his original position.
They're both running?
The other one didn't have his initiative yet.
Oh.
Okay. We can't move them off the map, though.
That's okay. Just know that he's 60 feet
Okay.
from where his position was.
Okay.
Which is how far away from me?
About 90 feet.
Okay.
That's what he's gonna do. That's gonna bring us to Virgil, Hyde, Ezra.
Let's go first.
I'll wait.
Do I still have that little goblin stabbing me in the foot? Or did somebody kill him?
I killed that one.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
he killed the footstabber.
I'm just gonna work on getting the trap off my foot then. Do I just do like a strength check on that one?
You're trying to get the trap off?
Yeah, just...
Yeah, make a... Tell you what, why don't you do this?
Okay.
Roll a strength check and add your proficiency modifier.
Okay.
I consider this a survival check.
Okay.
Strength modifier.
Let's see. Proficiency 2. Would this be an advantage?
No.
No. Even though I'm raging?
Yeah, technically, yeah, you're raging.
Yeah. Good, that's better. Natty.
Okay. So you watch as Hyde at this point is like looking around. He sees that they're running, still really pissed. He just like reaches down, grabs the trap, and doesn't even dismantle it. He just breaks it. He just takes it and like snaps it in half, like, and you watch the crimson of his own blood just kind of like flicks to the grass on either side, and he just throws it to the side. So that's your action.
Okay. And that be all I'm going to do.
Okay. That's going to bring us to Ezra and Virgil.
You can go ahead, Ezra.
I'm just gonna look at the closest one to me, and I'm gonna put my hand out, and I'm gonna use Toll the Dead on him.
Okay.
It's gonna be a.
Bring out your dead.
I need a saving throw, a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
For the rat or the rider?
For the rat. Oh, for the rider, actually, for the rider.
Save. That brings us to so it's a natural 18 minus 1, so 17.
17. Okay, he saves.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go back and be frustrated.
Okay. So you cast your spell, your eyes go black, and everyone hears this dark, like, almost like in the distance, like the strike somewhere in the distance, like a hammer on wood or something like that. And the goblin just doesn't seem to hear it. So unfortunately, there's no effect.
Yeah.
That is going to bring us to Virgil. What are
So
you doing?
do we have 2 riders on the field?
2 riders on the field that are dipping.
Trying to retreat. I'm just gonna hold my action for Sanctuary on if anyone's gonna take any damage or get attacked. And I also like to twin spell that, so whenever it happens, another person will get it.
Okay. As a note, if you do that, you'll be burning those resources right now, regardless of whether or not it happens.
Oh, like I used the spell slot?
Yeah, so if you use the held like a spell like that, you're casting it and you're burning it, and you're just not like releasing it yet. So. Just know.
Oh, I didn't know that. Can I just?
Yeah. If you don't want to do that, that's fine. But I'm just letting you know, like, if you hold your action to do that, it'll be burning those resources.
I see. Well, you know what? Screw it. Let me contribute to this team. I'll do that.
Okay. So you're doing that. That brings us to. That brings us to the other goblin that didn't move. He's going to also dash his way out, so he's going to now be about 105 feet away from Asher.
Wow.
Only
Daru,
105 feet.
Only 105 feet.
All right, I'm gonna. If you don't mind, Daru, I'm gonna go.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna take a shot at the farthest one.
Okay.
Oh, that's a natty.
Nice. Fucking aims up and right into the air.
Do I roll 2 d8s or do I double the d8?
Either one.
I'm gonna roll 2. Ooh. So 10 plus 4, 14.
14. So, do you want to describe it or do you want me to?
Go for it, man.
Okay. So as you channel your Zephyr Strike, you watch as this 14-year-old kid, there's this like these white gusts that are just kind of like flowing around him. You see his jacket kind of like whipping about, and as he pulls back this arrow almost impossibly far, aiming it way too high, you watch as he fires it wide and to the left of this creature, and it's kind of swirling in this impossible way as you can see these gusts kind of guiding it. And with that, he kind of takes his hand almost like a pool player that's just like, after he put a little bit of English on the shot, that's just like watching it curve, and you just watch the arrow just like slowly get moved by the Zephyr and strike true, almost T-boning the goblin right through the neck as it's riding. And the rat continues riding off, not even noticing that the goblin is now limp on its back. So that's going to bring us to Daru.
Holy I was gonna let them. We gotta chase after the. I'm gonna run forward 30 feet and like try to throw a knife.
So you are.
He was 60
It's about-
feet away.
Yeah, he's 60 feet away. So yeah, you can. Yeah, this won't be a long range shot.
I actually can't attack outside of 60-foot range. There is no long range.
Well, it's outside of your long range. Well, actually, because a dagger I think is 20 feet.
This is a psychic daggers.
Oh, is it? Oh, sure. Okay.
Well, of course.
Yeah, like psychic dagger, duh.
Fucking Unearth Arcana. All right. So, sorry, what was the roll?
15 to hit.
15 to hit. 15 actually misses. As he's riding, he kind of like looks back and just kind of like rides real low, and there's no impact.
God damn. I'm just gonna turn away.
Okay.
Like, use my bonus action to dash and go back to the cliff, sit down.
Yeah, so you watch as Daru who just kind of like throws a stagger, like misses, and he takes the other one and just kind of is like, oh, what's the point? Just kind of turns back. Okay. At this point, I mean, no one's gonna be able to reach it, I assume. Ezra, are you?
No, I'm just gonna let him.
Okay, then we're back to Asher.
This time I'm gonna kind of touch a button on my wrapped up arm, just because I want to be, extra accurate.
Sure. So you watch as Asher kind of like presses this kind of sequence on his glove. Watch as this HUD kind of pops up, and it like pops up and then almost zooms out and elongates. That shows almost like this trajectory, like you're backing into a parking space in like a 2020 Nissan Leaf.
And I'm gonna take a shot at the last one.
Sure.
21.
Yeah.
Damn.
This feels really oppressive that I can't escape.
11.
At a full dash. It's like. 11
As a
points of damage.
goblin too.
He's still up.
I thought I hit that guy already.
No, the other one you hit already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Shit.
He's still up.
I'll,
He's now at. He was at 90, so he's now at 150.
I'm gonna
Full dashing.
I'm gonna put my last. I had knocked another arrow, but I'm just gonna.
Before you do that,
Alright.
Can I run over to him and like stop him real quick?
Yeah, no, I
you can-
had knocked it. I'm gonna quiver that one
Okay, gotcha.
and slide down the cliff.
All right.
Oh, you're letting that one go. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Man,
So I pick
that
up-
was
Yeah.
sorry, out of game. That was a really interesting experience for me. Like not even making it outside of your 150 feet away. That's half your range.
Yeah, I still had.
With
Well,
Jesus.
yeah, 600
sharpshooter. Oh,
600.
600?
is my
Holy
long range.
fuck.
That's insane.
So I didn't even make it like I made it look 20% out of your range. That's fucked up. Yeah,
So-
that's impressive.
Yeah. God damn. All right. Good thing we
So
got.
at this point, you got things kind of chill out,
So
quiet. You've survived the ambush.
one thing I want to do is pick up the pieces to the trap, put them in my bag, in the satchel that I've got.
Okay.
So
You can add one. Whoever's doing the inventory, you can add one broken bear trap.
Um,
Add that.
I would also, unless Eddie, you got some more to say?
Yeah, I was gonna go over to Asher. Good shot, kid. Did you get him?
He's still riding out there, but I thought, maybe a story of an impressive young man with a bow and arrow might be scarier than, killing them all.
Well, you keep that up, kid. But there's also a plus side to this. We might be able to track him back to his den. By the way that these seem to be organized, they may have a little something to gain from this if we can track them.
A den
What
like
do
a
you think?
cave?
What are you thinking?
Well, I love the dark.
And you know I love squishing goblins.
Hey, dark.
Let's see if they're down for it.
I'm gonna walk up during that conversation and oh god, I've forgotten your name, but I wrote it down. Hyde.
Yeah.
I need you to make a strength 14 saving throw.
Okay. That's a 12.
Oh, I did not expect that.
I'm not raging anymore, so.
Yeah, no. At this point, you notice that Hyde's like jaw is back intact, and like that split at like the kind of corner of his lips is not there.
Shit. Sorry. I'm gonna walk up to him during that conversation with the cliff facing back to him. And I rolled a 5, so he gets pushed 25 feet away from me.
What are you trying to do?
Slam him onto the cliff and yell at him, "Hey, next time, don't scream when you get hit. We could have avoided that ambush."
Okay, so Hyde, you are kind of like rocketed against this cliff with this weird like. This is really weird. It's like you're getting picked up off the ground. It doesn't do any damage, but you just get like picked up off the ground, and weirdly, it's like gravity is now pushing towards the cliff, and you feel like you're just like laying down against the cliff, and you're just kind of like a little confused, like looking around, like this is odd. And you like look at this little fucking college kid as he's lecturing you about yelling.
I pulled 2 of my daggers out.
Hey man, I mean, it's cool. I'm just saying, like,
I just yell out Asher.
oh, what, you're
Yeah,
gonna
so-
have your buddies snipe me right here?
No,
Come
so
on.
at this point, so this is all happening really fast, but you watch as that happens, Asher, seemingly like very protective of his brother, kind of like pulls out a weapon, and Hyde, correct me if I'm wrong, but almost in like calling Asher off,
Yeah.
like, yells out in a very
Yep.
authoritative way. Like, it's actually a little scary for anyone who's here, as he like barks out this very like Asher, and Asher, do you kind of like back down?
I put my throwing knives back.
And with that, I mean, you guys get the sense that there's definitely a lot of mutual respect and understanding between this giant and this kid.
There's so am I still like forced against the wall, or is that faded?
It's faded, and you kind of like now
So I
slide.
brush myself off
Yeah.
and just walk over to him. You know, you could just ask nicely. I have a habit of losing my temper. I'm sure you wouldn't like it if I did that.
Yeah.
Probably not.
What do you say we get past all this stupid shit? You up for more of a hunt? You all seem to be able to handle yourselves.
As this is happening, Ezra has began to carve one of the goblins, and I want to try to get
course you
some bones out. And on the side of the cliff, I want to, on the ground, she's gonna put out 3 bones, and then she's gonna take out 3 candles, and in the middle, she's just gonna grab a twig, and I'm gonna cast a 2nd level continual flame, and I'm just gonna place it like right in the center of that triangle. And I'm just gonna bow my head and then get up and grab my
What-
stuff.
I'm sorry, what did you cast the flame on?
Just like one of the candles.
Interestingly enough, kind of in a weird dichotomy with Ezra, I am also going to these corpses, and instead of a ritual, I'm just putting my hand on their head, saying a quick prayer, to no one in particular, just kind of like saying respect. and then gathering arrows for
Asher.
Asher. Thank you.
Yeah, that is quite the dichotomy. Yeah, so you.
I love how he
Oh,
looked like
no.
opposite. Oh, he froze.
He froze again.
Oh no!
We lost him.
I do love. Side note how. And I'm thinking I'm gonna love it the way these characters pan out in the future. But right now we look like we're total opposites.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, but
completely
that's
opposite,
what
yeah.
makes it the best, though. That makes the molding of it the best, I think.
Yeah, I'm just wondering how this is gonna play out. Cause because it seems like you still show some sort of blessing or something, but in your own way. And I don't know if it's necessarily evil at this point. It's in your own way. You know what I mean?
I mean, I haven't
Yeah.
spilled innocent blood yet. Or we haven't.
Yeah.
No,
Oh, I'm
we
already
haven't.
back.
Oh, nice.
Hey, buddy.
Hello.
What's up,
Okay.
man?
Sorry, I ever so slightly moved my phone while I'm using it as a hotspot, and it just kicked me off. So I'm gonna stay over
back,
here.
buddy.
So, so you guys can, if you like, you can get off of Astral.
Astral.
Yeah. And at this point, as you've kind of had these conversations, sorry, I left off at Hyde kind of asking if people were interested in the hunt, and as he said that, you kind of turn and you watch as Ezra has like kind of
Y'all just look over at her.
yeah, kind of expertly, but also very creepily, like dissected these goblin bodies to make like these pagan shapes with their bones. And there is now this little like waxen candle in the middle that's now like lighting this witchcraft ritual. And the flame on this candle is way too high for a simple candle, and it is not going out, and it is not changing with the wind.
And after that, I'm gonna be like, okay. And I'm gonna start searching the goblin bodies.
Okay, make an investigation check.
I like to hand the arrows that I collected from the bodies to Asher.
Make an investigation check, Virgil.
I got a 16.
I got
16?
I got
Yeah.
a natty.
Natty. Okay. I count Asher shooting around 8 shots, and you collect every single arrow.
Nice.
I'd like to
Oh,
return
minus
them to
one.
Asher. And I would like
This
to
one's in the one that ran away.
Well, I'm saying he went all the way there and got it.
I mean,
Oh,
there's
the one that's still going. Yeah,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, I don't think I counted that one.
Oh, okay.
But
Oh yeah.
you can go back and count it and take them away if you want, but I counted 8.
Another note. Have we gotten each other's names or no?
Mm.
I don't think so.
I don't think
No.
any of us introduced ourselves. So okay. So one thing I want to do is go over to you, Ezra, and just call out Miss. Don't know what you're doing, but we're planning to hunt these things down. You coming?
Call me Miss.
Yes.
Don't like that.
I didn't get
Call
your
me
name.
Ezra.
Ezra. Well, Ezra, we're gonna go hunt these things down. You coming?
Sure, why not?
By the
Yeah,
way, my name is
sure.
Hyde. I don't think any of us had enough time to get introduced. I'm Hyde. This is Asher.
Oh, nice to meet you guys.
What's your name?
I'm kind of on the run right now, so I don't know that I quite want to tell you all my name. You can call me Saul.
Oh,
Yeah.
Saul?
Saul?
Saul. T with the
Saul.
TH.
Gotcha.
TH.
Okay.
Saul.
Toth.
I did not make that until now. Connection until now. But yeah, I mean, I'm down to go hunting with you.
As I return the arrows to Asher, as I just figured out his name, I just say, "You see much for one so young."
Thank you.
I do a little bow and say, I am Virgil.
So, Virgil,
And you guys say I'm the weird one?
no one said that.
I'm gonna look at Virgil and say, he said that I make him uncomfortable.
I
Doesn't mean you're weird.
apologize. The purple haze was disconcerting.
I mean this one, and I'm gonna thaumaturgy, just like the purple mist just starts seeping out of my eyes and my mouth.
Hello.
And then I'd like to thaumaturgy. I say that like a 2-year-old because I can't pronounce words.
That's okay.
The same thing, but I like to do it more of a light. And then I'd like to say, I was wrong. We are just two sides of the same coin.
So it's interesting, as Virgil does it, you notice that the kind of like radiant marking on his forehead kind of begins to emanate a little bit more, and his eyes go almost pupilless, and they're just emanating this like somebody just got their high beams on outside of the eyes, and whenever he opens his mouth, this same radiant light is coming out, and on his back you see these two like jets of light that are coming like out of the back of his shoulders, almost like, I mean, just like that, almost like jet thrusters of like a plane or something like that, but it's just light. And for a second, you almost feel like it's burning to be close to him as he does that, and as he says what he says, and then the light kind of like dies down.
Yeah, I'm just gonna drop the thaumaturgy, smile, and be like, we should get going. I'm just gonna turn around and walk away.
Thanks for grabbing my arrows.
You are very welcome, young one.
So, you're kind of like a strong guy, but like, how come you didn't fight at all?
Virgil's taken aback with that question. We each have our roles to play for a reason, young Asher. And then I just smile.
What's the reason?
Again, taken aback by the question. He's really digging.
Asher. Asher.
Make an insight check, Asher.
I love the childlike questioning, though.
And Asher, add a D4 to this insight check.
$13.
13?
Mm-hmm.
As you kind of like peer into this individual, you can almost feel what they're feeling.
Oh shoot!
You can almost like see into his mind. You actually have uncovered a bit of what had happened to you. You have, as part of the kind of the boat incident, you have gained the feat Empath, and you have an active ability that you can use once a day called Uncanny Insight. And you can literally make an insight check against the target to determine their feelings and intent. And when you do that, you add a proficiency dice to that check.
Cool.
I mean, you didn't get much because out of game, Ricky kind of told you, but you feel unsure and you feel guarded and you feel quite literally just taken aback. it's not like you can read his mind and tell what the reason is, but you
The
can
surface
tell that,
emotions.
you can tell that you've completely like knocked him off his feet with this very simple question, but very direct question.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to dig.
I
just
do
smiled.
mean to dig.
Okay.
I want to know.
Violence sometimes makes me uncomfortable.
Doesn't it make everyone uncomfortable? Who enjoys violence?
That comment, my smile faded very fast, and
Virgil.
I don't say anything.
You feel really tired right now.
Interesting.
Perhaps.
I'm gonna keep walking.
Ezra?
Thank you.
Did you call me?
Yeah. Are you a witch?
That's what some call me.
What do you call you?
Who's asking?
I am.
Then to you, yes, I am a witch.
Cool.
And you know, witches eat children.
Yeah, but I'm pretty much almost a man, so I'm not worried about that.
Well, prove it to me. Let's go.
All right, I fall in step.
Okay. Where are you guys headed?
Hyde should be leading this.
Yeah, I'm tracking the blood probably from these things.
Okay, you're trying to find the camp.
Yeah.
We still have a manticore head, by the way,
Yeah, we
You do have a manticore head, yeah.
and a pocket and a pouch full of coins.
Who's carrying the manticore head?
Not me.
I imagine Ezra.
Yeah, it was me.
Okay, I was gonna say I'm not carrying it.
Also, can someone
do
help
we
me
have-
with this damn head?
The hell are you doing carrying that thing around?
I'm definitely not strong enough for this.
We killed it yesterday.
And again, why do you still have it today?
I assume it's like
Why do we still have this?
There is a reward to turn in
a bounty.
for the Hunters Guild.
Don't we just need the paperwork?
I have the payment to turn into them.
Does that mean we're keeping the manticore head?
We thought it would be good to deliver it as proof.
But why would they have paid us if we didn't kill the manticore?
Yeah.
I am very tired.
So Ezra, as you remember the details of your audition hunt,
Thank you, DM.
in the future, someone other than Virgil has to know what's going on.
Yeah,
Yes,
please.
explain it to you.
We'll spend half the
but-
session.
No, thank you for sticking with it.
Well,
Ezra, you do recall Virgil did show you that he has the payment that the fisherman gave you.
Mm-hmm.
The payment is 100% for the guild. The audition hunt is not a paying hunt. So that money is the guild's money, and the manticore head is the guild's proof that the job was completed.
Got it. Okay.
As part of your reward for finishing that hunt, you would be given a full license to own and purchase weapons and armor within Dweomerheart as a monster hunter, and also you would earn membership within the Huntsman's Lodge. That
Okay.
you could then go on to do.
Got it.
Hunt.
Got it. Okay.
Alright, so you guys explain that. Just give me the
So
give me the
we
damn
should-
things.
we should
So I
take
want to
this.
look. So I take it. And I want to look at it. Is there any way I can take something from this instead of carrying this whole big fucking head? I'm guessing this thing probably
The
weighs.
head's not huge. It weighs
Oh,
like
okay.
10 pounds.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
That's not too
for
bad.
Ezra, it's like gonna get annoying carrying it a long time, but for you, it's
Yeah.
like
Okay. Yeah, I'll just throw it in. I
because
thought it was.
your thumb-
I pictured like a massive fucking.
Yeah, I
like,
thought it was
head.
a huge head.
Yeah.
it's pretty big, but it's like it's just the head, and also like
Okay.
it's partially hollow.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go. Here you go, me a new bag after this one. I throw it in the bag.
Ooh. Okay. All right. So as you at this point, also Ezra, as a note, as you were investigating, you did find a couple things. You found an uncut sapphire.
Okay.
You don't know exactly how much the value of it would be because you're not proficient with a jeweler's kit.
Mhm.
You also found a rat sculpture that is made out of what appears to be white opal.
Ooh.
You do know that if you had a jeweler's kit, you could extract the aspect from these gems and use it for enchanting or alchemy, or you could just sell them to a jeweler.
Okay.
You also found 3 vials of human blood, which again can be used as an additive in certain potions. It's not a very great additive, but it's one. And you found a book, a little journal that is mostly torn out pages, but it's got some notes in there that seem to be, they're written in common, but you don't understand the language. The letters are all like, it's like gibberish.
Okay.
And that is it.
What time is it in the game?
At this point, it's about 3 in the afternoon.
Yeah, we can keep tracking this thing for a couple more hours.
Virgil falls behind the line, and I'm sure you all hear.
You.
You heal me.
You guys hear him take a puff, like an inhale, like, and honestly, what does that do with the mind sharing? Oh, you
Alex
froze.
Oh,
You
no.
froze with a good smile
Wait.
there, Alex.
I think I'm
He's
frozen.
back.
I'm not moving my real body because I'm afraid my internet's So as you do, it doesn't affect anything.
Okay, cool. I also like to go up to Ezra after
Feel
that.
more awake.
Yeah.
You've
and
got about 5 doses left.
I have 2 doses left.
You had 6 before the. Okay, as long as you're keeping, I'm not keeping track of your shit.
Yeah. Oh, I
Okay.
know what I got. I
Okay,
go
good.
up to Ezra, and I say, "Excuse me, Ezra.
Yes, Virgil.
I am sorry to bother you, but I am running low. If you know what I mean."
Okay, I'm gonna put my hand on your shoulder and be like, "I'll get you some. Don't worry."
My tired eyes look a little sad as he bows and says, "Thank you, Ezra."
But seriously, do you not sleep?
Not much these days, I'm afraid.
Okay.
Make a medicine check.
22.
22.
Yeah.
Nice.
You remember the last time you sold him this product? He should not be running out. Which means using way too much.
Okay.
And you're proficient in medicine?
Yeah.
Okay. At some point, something has to give. Like, you get the sense that whatever biological rules most people, including you, have like lived
All right, that'll do it. He was like a
That'll
giant,
do it.
like a giant cat got ran over. Like, dude, just die already. Die.
I got kicked again, but I'm back.
Okay, now start that sentence over with the whole drug thing.
Okay. Sorry, I'm playing on my iPhone hotspot. Okay. Like.
It sounded horrible and it got worse and worse.
Yeah. I was
Oh, did
trying
my
like
voice,
so
like, freeze?
hard. Yeah. I was trying so hard to understand you.
I was trying to read between the lines. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
So bottom line, something's got to give. You get the sense that Virgil is something different than human, which is why he's still fucking alive right now. But you do get the sense that at some point, like, you're kind of contributing to him killing himself.
Yeah.
Which, again, you know.
Yeah. Virgil, even though this is none of my business and I am not really concerned, I should let you know that you're using way too much of this shit and you're gonna die.
I just smile at you, a genuine friendly smile, and just said, "Thank you for the warning, Ezra. And thank you for being there for me."
You got an odd way of people being there for you.
I just continue to smile.
Okay. I'm just gonna continue walking.
As they're talking, I would have wanted to fall into step with Thal. And I'd just be like, "Hey, Thal.
Yeah, what's up?
I'm sorry for pulling my daggers out. That was a rash action. I should have observed the situation."
Hey, it's all right. I wasn't really worried about you. It's kind of a dick thing for me to do, anyways. So, it's reasonable.
And then I held out my right hand. "Friends?"
Oh yeah, he gives you a big old handshake. And hangs on for just a little bit too long.
So, how are you killing those things?
I mean, I don't really know. I
I mean,
just sort of
it's-
have, like, the intent to kill them.
Cool. Well, it's pretty dope.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty cool how you're killing them too. I mean, like, geez, that guy was running away. You got a pretty good shot.
Practice makes perfect, right?
Yeah, how long you been training?
Oh, I don't know. Hide!
Yeah.
How long have I used a bow?
Shit. Since you could hold one.
Oh, you guys are like a thing.
What do you mean a thing?
You guys are like a package.
Yeah, I mean he's my brother. Don't we look alike?
Yes.
So your eyes kind of rotate from Hyde back to Asher. As a note, Asher is a bit of a twiglet. He's a scrawny kid. He's not tall. I mean, he's not really tall. He's average height, but he's like 90 pounds wet.
Oh wow.
So,
Okay.
yeah, this is a twiglet.
Wow. That makes sense. So, you just out here hunting? Just hunting
Yeah,
for
just-
goblins?
Just hunting. Yeah.
Okay. I just pick up my pace a little bit and walk ahead.
Okay, at this point, as we're having this conversation, don't know where you guys are walking because no one made a check to see if you could follow the goblins yet. But you're just
Oh, I
kind of
thought
like.
I thought you were gonna tell us to do that. I was like, I'll do a.
I was, but people were doing conversations I didn't want to interrupt.
Gotcha. I'll do a
It's
nature
easier
check.
for me when you guys just run the game. Give me a survival check.
Or survival check.
At this point, as you've been kind of like going down the road, I'll say you followed the tracks. It's not that hard. Like you saw the direction they were going, and you're now at a point. Before that, it's like, yeah, I can see blood here, and there's a dead guy. So now we're at the point where you actually need it. And at this point, you can see the sink within sight. So as you see, you can see the sunken city. Asher, you've heard of it. Daru, you've heard of it. Never been here. Looks like a shithole. You actually feel like you can smell it from here, weirdly.
Wow.
So I rolled a 6.
Okay. So you pick up a, you're pretty sure you got a good bead on which direction you're going. So you head in that direction?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys begin traveling. At this point, you begin going now east. So I can now show you our little world map here. So you kind of got to the point where you can see the sink, and instead of going west towards the sink, you begin going the other way towards the Carbon Bluffs, which are these large, this large mountain range. It seems like the goblins. You get somewhere there. So as you guys begin trekking away, that's a place to end the session before internet connection does.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're already breaking up pretty bad.
Right.
Okay. There you
We're
go.
on death's door.
Yeah, let's just end it.
Has spoken.
Just end it. I'm ending it.
If you were my dog, I'd take you out with a shotgun. Like, this isn't a life worth
Can't
living.
even respond to that.
He's already gone. Okay, I'm
I think he
stopping
liked the
stream.
joke. He's smiling.